Hey everyone, welcome to episode 83 of the West Coast POPCast. We got a lot to cover. We're going to do the weekend review. We got news and rumors. We got full gear coverage and a fun tournament, the thing with the brackets and the many things, and a nice promo school at the end. So jump in the chats. We want your participation in this episode. And if you're not watching this live, leave comments because we do hop back into the comments and get back at you. Knock is working again. He will be back next week, hopefully. And with me today, the man, and we are trying to save his operatic voice right now. He goes to places with wagyu beef for dinner and just like the finest restaurants, the finest bubbly he can get his hands on. But he made one mistake. He ordered last night in his best Eddie Kingston voice, and now he's losing his voice. Eric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing A-okay. I'm doing B-okay. Thanks for asking. Props to Zach, because he's been carrying the channel for the past 3 weeks. So you've been killing it. Thank you very much, man.
It's because I love it. I love everything about this. You guys back in full next week is going to be the internet's not ready for the Ultimate Wrestling show to merge back together again. Let's get let's get into it. Supersonic X. Good evening, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, man.
All right, everyone ready for the weekend review? We're going to fast track it this time because we got a lot to talk about. So let's jump into Monday Night Raw is bore. They do this on both shows this week. They readjust the Survivor Series teams. Why? Because they are idiots who revealed their Survivor Series teams via social media instead of storylines. And now Adam Pearce says they want to strengthen both teams and makes other people look weak by doing it. Way to go, WWE. But Dom Mysterio lost to a returning Bobby Lashley. So Bobby is on the Survivor Series team now instead of Dom. Dom would have made more sense. Liv is up for big time Beck. She beat four others to become the number one contender, and it looks like Bianca's going to be feuding with Dewdrop. Eric, just by using your hands, how many times do you think the 24/7 championship changed hands in one match?
Oh, I know who it ended up with. I'm gonna say 7.
Six, off by
Ooh.
one. Yep, Corey Graves was one of them. Saxton was one, and some others. And the last thing that happened that really, I guess, is of note, KO made the apology tour and ultimately turned heel on Biggie at the end, setting up that feud. Excited for that feud or no?
Uh, I don't know because I mean, KO's not gonna win. I'm glad he's back to being a heel because he's a better heel in the face. But I don't know. He's just gonna lose, and he's on his way out.
Yeah, he is ROH bound. All right, NXT 2.0 happened on Tuesday night. Casey and Caden got new music. I actually really like it and how they come out. The entrance from the crowd, very nice. Kaylee Ray beats Saray. We'll talk about that in news and rumors. And you are right. Dakota Kai is crazy now.
Uh,
Her crazy hair, Twitch. She has a Twitch now. She's crazy.
is this working for you?
No, I don't like the crazy gimmick. No one can do it better than Daphne. So if you cannot do it better than Daphne, just leave it alone. I'm sorry. I don't like when men do it either. Electra Lopez got a win and apparently a new love interest. Pete Dune took a victory over Carmelo Hayes, and they announced something big is coming back. Eric, get ready because November 27th, the boys are back. Nash Bridges returns, Cheech Marin and Don Johnson. Also, War Games is coming back.
Hmm. Did Regal announce it, or is he just not part
Oh,
of 2.0?
we announce things very oddly now in WWE. It's either social media or a weird commercial segment. So we're gonna see how the new cast of Scrubs handles War Games,
That's going to be
if they can even
interesting.
handle it.
I think this year will be fine, but next year when they get rid of all the wrestlers and it's just like attractive people learning to wrestle, if they can handle it, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure Toxic Attraction will come out on top of that, but we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much NXT 2.0. AEW on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the pay per view, so I'm not going to talk too much about Dynamite. But Brian took on Rocky Romero. That was cool. What are your thoughts on that?
I need to go back and watch that, but that's a really cool match to get. Every New Japan matchup I see just it makes me think we're getting the big boys soon. Okada, Tanahashi, Ibushi. So hooray for the Forbidden Door.
Yeah, I think Okada's coming sooner rather than later. Big up here in my notes for Wardlow versus Wheeler Yuta, a squash match basically. And this is good. I'd be pissed if I was Wardlow because I've been sitting in the back not doing much while new people like Wheeler Yuta are getting the spotlight and all these other ex WWE guys. I was big happy with this match. Contract signing at the end I thought was cool, adding the blood signing with Omega in there. And yeah, the tease of Bobby Fish in the Undisputed Era.
That's I would give so much money to see them continue the storyline from NXT. Just reference like, hey, you attacked my best friend, and I'm gonna get payback.
Yep. Would you care to see the storyline carried over from Bullet Club with Cole and Omega?
Oh, I think that's gonna happen. Especially what happened at Full Gear. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. Anything else from AEW you want to talk about? A lot of other decent stuff, but you know, we got a pay per view to talk about.
No. Unless was there anything? I mean, you did the Rampage stream. Was there anything worth going back for?
Um, it was fine. It was just the women's match added last minute, and on social media. Someone wants to correct me if I'm wrong. So on social media, I put it in our stories because in AEW's. They're celebrating a year since Jade Cargill was on Dynamite on the 11th of November. And then after the incident that we talked about on the show and that's been in the news, and if you read certain news articles, Ella J, who was on the show a few weeks back, asked Tony Khan a question. He cut her off and basically explained stuff about the women's division. And then the next day, after all the backlash online, a women's match was made Friday for it. So I mean that's the only like big takeaway from Rampage. It was one of the lowest rated Rampages. I think it was the second lowest. So I'd like to see them actually go a different time, but Rampage was fine.
I mean, I don't think they really tried for this Rampage, right? Because it like the last few Rampages, they've been like, oh, we've got CM Punk versus this guy and Daniel Bryan. This one was just kind of low key.
It was very low key. Yeah, I don't know. Like Matt Hardy and Orange Cassidy, I don't really. It is what it is.
They screwed that. I don't know what their plan was, but they were hinting towards this big hair versus hair match, and they gave us like a tease with Jack Evans, and they never fulfilled it with Matt Hardy. So what's the point of the storyline?
I don't know. I don't know. It is. Yeah. But it's fun doing Rampage live. So if you want to join me on Fridays live Rampage live stream right here on the channel, except for September 10th, because your guys here are going to be SmackDown live right here at the Staples Center.
That's right. Brock Lesnar will be there. Brock. Get to compare you and his guns, them biceps.
What do you mean these? All right, let's talk about SmackDown. Aaliyah, again, SmackDown team's getting mixed up again. Aaliyah gets a pin, has a big emotional moment because her first match on SmackDown. She gets a pin. She then gets taken off the Survivor Series team because Sonya Deville doesn't like that Naomi's team wins. So, again, people that should be on the Survivor Series team getting exposure, which is what they did in like the first 3 or 4 Survivor Series, which were pretty much the best ones, is not happening again because also Jeff Hardy versus Sami Zayn. Loser leaves Survivor Series team and the winner stays on. Jeff Hardy takes that victory. Charlotte builds up. Ooh, my goodness. Charlotte builds up her feud with Becky Lynch at Survivor Series, but Toni Storm comes out to start up a feud. So there's Toni. She's alive and well. I'll talk about Roman first really quick. Roman is now the new king of SmackDown. It could be interesting. We'll see. But Hit Row, I think is dead already. Hit Row in a rap segment with Jinder and Shanky.
Who? Shanky?
There you go. You know the two guys that were Shanky and Veer. Veer they're promoting on Raw as being a big deal. So now Shanky's with Jinder on SmackDown.
That's a terrible name. Whoever gave it to him should be fired. That should just like as soon as you pitch that name, that's it. You're done.
Like getting a raise because it was a double segment. Hit Row is not what it was.
Do you think it's the writing, or do you think B-Fab was just that damn good?
I think they are getting writing, and I think they are feeling what the main roster is like, and they're not into it. If you want to watch someone like who's not really into it, watch Bill Murray during Ghostbusters 2. That's hit row right now.
Mm, I get that. I mean, yeah, because that is a heavy hit to lose your key member, a key member, like your first appearance. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and to know that you're expendable.
Right.
They took one person out from your group, they can take another.
Yeah.
So I was very sad to see that segment actually. I was so pumped to see them on the main roster, and this segment really hurt.
That's a shame. Do you think they anything could fix them, or they just one by one, future endeavored?
I I don't know because the Street Profits made it work by being the Street Profits. When they first debuted on the main roster, I was worried for them.
Right.
I think it's stuff like go on commentary during other people's matches and do your own thing.
We'll see. Cause I get the like I don't know how to explain this. I think Vince, when it comes to things that are like the gimmick is black culture, Street Profits are entertaining to everyone. New
Yeah.
Day, they're nerdy and fun. And I'm not saying that you have to be black to enjoy. What's the group called? Sorry, I'm so sick.
Hit
Hit
row.
Row. But I think it takes. I don't know. I think this one might be lost on Vince.
Yeah. I'm such a big fan of Swerve. I hate it. I'm just really disappointed.
Yeah, he needs to make it work because I don't know if AEW is the place he should go if they release him.
No. Just in the chat really quick, Zemo. Hey guys, how you doing, Zemo? I wish Adam would just leave the elite dipshits already and go solo. Ooh, sick of them already. Supersonic X, I got the feeling that Undisputed Era, along with Andrade, Malachi Black, and FTR, destroy all the members of the Elite. Hmm, that is a big group of people to throw at them, but I see the pairing.
It could happen because we did get the FTR. It took them however long, but they finally referenced Cody doing the whole "fuck the revival" on BTE, only for a week. But hopefully they. I'd like to see that, but they need to fix Cody first because we'll get to it later. But Cody is not good right now.
No, he's not. And finally, will we see Lion King reference between King Woods and Roman? I, 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 I could see it actually. Zemo has been sick of the elite for a month. Uh,
4 months.
sorry, for months. It is us. Why I usually ignore any matches and segments with them.
Ooh,
It is why.
I don't know. I think their matches are. I understand segments because they can be a bit much, but their matches, I think they're good.
They are terrible actors. Yeah. So that was the week. We got ROH too. ROH is very odd to watch right now. It's just I don't know when things were filmed, but anyways, the Righteous, that's Vincent's new group, a new version of it where they are all wearing white. They beat the Foundation. The OGK beat PJ Black and Flip Gordon, and Caprice Coleman, the other half of the announced team, was supposed to fight Beer City Brawler, or excuse me, Bruiser, but he said no. He had his guy Dixon do it, and then jumped him anyways during the match. But Caprice Coleman, he may pursue a wrestling career rather than a commentary career after ROH shuts its door, and Honor for All is tonight.
So is every? I mean, I guess the pay per views aren't, but is everything on weekly television already filmed for?
That's what I don't know. We'll see next week if Jay Lethal is on.
Right, because we know where he's gonna be this Wednesday.
All right, that's the week in review. Let us know what you thought of the week. If there's anything that tripped your fancy, and anything we should check out that we missed.
Yeah, please do. And let me know who won the G1 climax. I forgot to Google it, and I'm not gonna remember.
All right, and Zemo, I will never forgive Sinclair for firing the roster. I still cannot believe this is the end. I can't either, Zemo. I really, really enjoy Ring of Honor. I don't have to think about goofiness, bad promos, or storyline. I just enjoy wrestling, especially pure wrestling. Prime time in the chats. Sinclair is awful. Yes, they are.
Is it?
Enjoy your bankruptcy, Sinclair.
Is it the end though? Aren't they coming? I mean, I know they're gonna have to get all their wrestlers back, but they're coming back.
So they said in the second quarter they will start up again. But Jay Lethal last night appearing and basically said um, in the interview afterwards that ROH has closed its doors and it's done.
Oh, you
So
mentioned it.
Jay Lethal saying that to me is something heavy because he also said he wanted to finish his career in ROH, but now he hopes to do it in AEW because of what happened.
I think ROH is one of the few companies that will never truly die. Someone will buy it. We're a smart mark or somebody who wants to keep it going. Someone will keep it going some way. It may be a while, but I have faith.
Hopefully the right people do.
Yeah.
And Primetime says they're doing business with WoW superstars while leaving their own roster in the dust. Yeah, they are. How was everyone? We're doing well, Primetime. Missed Friday Rampage, had a headache and needed a rest, but good right now. Good Primetime. Send whatever medicine you took to Eric. He needs it. He is under the weather right now, but he's still right here. He's doing the damn thing.
I tried calling out, but someone called out before me, so guilt got me.
It's a holiday weekend. We need you in. And Primetime says Full Gear was awesome. Primetime, we have 2 segments get dedicated to Full Gear, so stick around and get those comments ready. News and rumors. You got anything, Eric?
I mean, we already spoke about Ella J and Tony Khan. Everyone knows about it. I don't know. Support Ella J. Check out her channel. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's really fun to talk to and fun to listen to. So check her out.
Yep. All right. Grab a Coke and a smile because I apparently got a lot. Saray is headed back to Japan. She did lose to Kaylee Ray on NXT 2.0 this week, so who knows what that is. Okada beat Buddy Matthews last night. But apparently Buddy Matthews fucking killed it, so good for him.
Of course.
Shane Taylor became the new VIP World Heavyweight Champion in Dallas. Good for him. Still doing stuff even though ROH isn't doing anything for you. Keith Lee and WWE are in disputes on who paid the medical bills. Did you hear about this? I keep getting fucking Jimmy. Hey, you hear about this? You hear about this? See this, guys?
That's such a weird argument to have because one of them is flat out lying, and I mean the money is it's better. We can guess that's WWE, but there's proof somewhere. Like one of them has proof. So
right,
it's just weird that assuming like we don't know who it is, it's weird that one of them would be like, no, it's paid for, or I paid for it. So it's weird.
Right. WWE either did pay for it, and that's why they're speaking up, or they don't know. There's such bad communication in that company. They may have paid for they may have validated Keith Lee's parking once and considered that a hospital bill paid. So they might be mistaken on their end.
I'm waiting for the hospital to just Dave Meltzer sent someone to the hospital, and they're like, "Yeah, we billed WWE, and they just sent us a trash bag full of his old gear."
That is good. Under the weather and still putting a smile on our faces. Jonah Bronson Reed is officially in New Japan. Matt Tremont is still hospitalized and recovering after this Halloween's H2O Spectacular Current Blast Double Hell Death Match, which included fireballs and exploding barbed wire. I read this and I had to look at the damn match. Holy shit. Holy backyard wrestling. But I do think this is what they're going for in AEW.
Dude, I don't get wrestling like that. Like, I'm not... That's too much for me. That's too much. There's art takes all types of form, but I'm good not taking that kind of art.
Yeah, don't I'm not for it. Just a few more here. Ali teased a new character. Check out his Twitter. Even if you don't go on Twitter, you can still find it. He cut this video doing this new character where he is trying to build a new America because he thinks Americans, look at him differently because of his name. And it's an interesting thing. So, he kind of flips it and makes others seem like they're in Ali's place and how Ali feels. And Ali, just go watch it. It's about 2 minutes long. They filmed it. They're not going to use it. I'm kind of glad they're not going to use it, but I actually really, really like this. So check it out. Let us know in the comments what you think of Ali's character gimmick change idea, because he says it like it's a politician talking to an audience, and I think it really hits. It's just I'm glad they're not doing it because WWE would fuck this up so bad, and they would turn it and make Ali look bad with it. So I'm kind of glad it's not going anywhere. But Ali, creative, very creative.
He should definitely go to AEW. I think he'd be very creative. But I don't want any legend. I don't want Stone Cold or anyone from the past to say, "Oh, all you gotta do to get over is try." Because Mustafa Ali was the biggest flop, not flop, biggest waste in Retribution. Because as bad as Retribution was, he dropped pipe bombs. He did a damn good job, and they buried him for it. That's ridiculous. He dropped fucking pipe bombs on, what was it, Raw Talk or whatever the fuck SmackDown's is, and they did nothing with it, so they wasted him.
Yep. Yeah, they did, and yeah, he needs to kind of go somewhere else. Eddie Kingston and Malachi Black were injured last night. They're pulled from today's AEW event. And a lot of stuff on, well, a few things on Full Gear last night celebrating the late, great Eddie Guerrero, who passed yesterday in 2005. So, Odele.
That was nice tribute they did to him.
Yeah. That is all I got. So, I'll hit up the chats, and then we are going to talk Full Gear, baby.
Full Gear.
Zemo. Ali needs to leave WWE now. They have ruined him. Yeah, that's the consensus.
Even when he didn't have a character on 205 Live, he was still more interesting.
Right. Did you know that 205 Live is on Fridays? So if I really wanted to just like shoot myself in the face on Friday nights, I could start watching that as well.
Because it used to be on Thursdays, I think. That's interesting.
205 Live will compete with Tony Khan. All right, WWE. Supersonic X, another wrestler from Chicago, is throwing pipe bombs. Yeah, Chicago is a great place.
Yeah.
Let's get into Full Gear.
Alrighty. I was apparently too lazy to get graphic, but
that's fine. There's your graphic right here.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Full Gear. Overall thoughts.
I stand by what I sent you after the second match. I think that was pay-per-view of the year.
I will agree, and it's just weird because I think two matches were trash. But I still think it was pay-per-view of the year.
Can I guess what two matches they were?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cody and that tag, and the street fight.
Yeah, I didn't like the street fight because it was Jericho putting Jericho over again. Awesome spot from Sammy. You know that spot's coming. Have better camera angles. That was so well done, especially with the guys holding the ladder for you. But just using all these like Minnesota references, it's like you know your match is weak, so you got to play up to the crowd with Minnesota references constantly. I'll give credit to the people taking the bumps. I mean, everything looked kind of green anyways, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I really hated all the segments leading up to this, and I'm not a Jericho guy anymore.
I kind of want to ask Knock his opinion, because honestly, so I've been telling Zach that I just have not been getting any sleep, and going through this pay-per-view was so much action that it wore me out, that somehow, some way, as I'm watching the street fight, I somehow ended up in bed and I slept through it. I woke up as the bell rang, and so I saw some things. Like I saw Jericho fucking playing like Jake Hager literally like scrambles to tag Jericho in because Dos Santos is beating him. You're telling me Jake Hager, the fucking real life fighter, has to tag out the Jericho?
Right.
It's ridiculous. So I give it a thumbs down because I fell asleep through it. Like it somehow convinced me that I could just make the conscious effort to get in bed for a second. But I think Cody and that group had the worst match, and I think it's half Cody's fault and half the fans.
Yeah, I don't know if it was you or Knock who said the fans are burying the match, and I kind of agree. There's to a point where now you're fucking with Pac, and now you're fucking with Andrade and Black as well.
Right, and like, you could tell that I hate when WWE did this with Roman Reigns, where it's like, hey, we need Roman to get popular, so let's put him in a feud against these guys who are very popular. It's like, nah, you're just gonna hurt them. That's exactly what happened.
And it's leading up to a fatal four-way, which this match was supposed to be, but old TK thought this wasn't the right time, especially when you have a number one contenders match with the tournament ending on the same pay-per-view. You just shouldn't have had this on there. If anything, extend the match lengths of a couple other matches, or put that women's match on, which is actually pretty good on the buy-in. Put that on instead.
Right.
Or put the match that I thought we were going to get at this pay-per-view, Statlander versus Ruby Soho. They've been hyping this up for almost a week and a half, and I thought this is where it was happening, but no dice.
You know, I just realized, continuing the Roman Reigns comparison, I don't know if you remember, because I barely remember this match. It was either a tag team or a trios Shield match, and Roman was getting booed like straight to hell. And for some reason, whoever produced the match, they had Roman just be knocked out for like a majority of the match, and he's on the ground, and everyone's chanting like Roman sleeping, clap, 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 clap. And it's like they did this with Cody at one point during the match where he's like outside and he's like, "Oh, I'm in too much pain to tag in. Oh, my head. Oh no!" Like, why? If you're trying to get this guy over, why are you making him look like such a wimp?
Right.
Just don't get it.
And coming out dressed like Homelander doesn't help.
Right. I forgot what he said that actually is, but let's just keep calling it Homelander.
Okay. He says he's something else?
He came out and said it wasn't Homelander.
Okay.
Did you hear what Tony Khan compared him to? Why he's getting like the kind of boos he's getting?
No.
He compared him to John Cena. He said that this is a John Cena booing situation where the fans are just like, "Oh, Cody, boo you, Cody."
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right.
What else? What else did you like? Is there anything you didn't like about the pay-per-view, or is it pretty much all positive from now on?
Let's see. Let us see. The only, I think there was like small things I didn't like. Like for example, the first two matches were amazing, but
Yeah.
this is a tiny one because they fixed it where I don't think anyone should have came out. Sting, Spears, Wardlow. I would have been fine if this match was just straight Darby and MJF.
Yeah.
But they technically never made it down to the ring, so I guess that's okay. But still. And FTR versus the Lucha Bros. I could have been fine without the mask switcheroo. I think that was fine for one night. I don't know why that.
Well,
happened.
they screwed it up too.
Yeah, they did. So I would have been fine with that not being a thing, but they're tiny things. Otherwise, I think it was a good pay per view, a great pay per view.
Agree. Yeah, the Tay Britt match. I wish it would have seemed bigger. Like the entrances seemed big, and then like it just was a dynamite match after that.
It was.
There's some good spots, and I want to say good on. It was a good showing for Conti, but the acting needs to. She's very like straight line. She has like one or two emotions, and that's it. That should. I need a little bit more from her. Again, we don't know who she is. We rated how well people were done women-wise in AEW on the Rampage stream, and I don't know who she is, so I don't think they've presented her as well as they could have. And good on Britt for taking a lot of these spots. A lot of the spots aren't like big heavy spots, you know, it's not like thumbtack spots. It's spots that I think certain other champions and other companies won't take because they don't want to seem weak or put their challenger over. And I think Britt did a great job.
She did. You could tell when they produced that match, they wanted Ty to look strong because she wouldn't tap out to the lockjaw. I think they put it on twice, and she still didn't tap out. Yeah. So I give them props for putting her in that next tier. But you're right; they haven't really sold us on her as a person yet.
Right. Too much group stuff coming out and stuff like that, and so it doesn't make sense when Anna Jay, her tag team partner, who they share music with now, who has been out throughout this whole feud, didn't come out at all during this match. So I thought that's kind of odd. But.
Right.
Zemo in the chat. I wish they had booked Cole versus Cage on the pay-per-view. That would have been good. All leading up to an awesome Cole versus Jungle Boy. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And Zemo pay-per-view of the year for me was Stardom in the Cinderella Dream in the Budokan.
I've been saying forever I need to watch Stardom, so thank you for that recommendation.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to learn how to pronounce stuff that's not hamburger or America.
Got that Vince vocabulary.
What's a hit roll? Ultimately, what was match of the night for you?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I really loved FTR and Darby. I mean FTR. MJF. Yeah, damn acronyms everywhere. MJF and Darby. That might be it. That could have been the main event, honestly. I really liked it.
Yeah, that was easily my match of the night, and thank you for putting that in the chat because I was winding down as I started this pay-per-view, and that keeping an eye on that match woke me the fuck up.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd work that well together. They have such different styles.
Yeah, that match was so good. The first two matches, man. I don't know, man. And Rusev is fucking dead. I don't even know who that guy is.
Dude,
I don't know, whatever.
that I have to give him props because those kicks he were taking, they were legit kicks. Like he was bruising as he was taking his
Yeah,
kicks. He is. I don't know. Rusev was never that strong style before.
no, Miro is his name, and being one of the best on television is now his game.
Yeah. Once he's a character, he's locked in. It works. I was at one point I was rooting for him. I thought, well, he's gonna win. This makes complete sense.
Right.
Man.
Do you think CJ's coming?
Possible.
Okay.
Entirely possible. Well, honestly, I don't want her to right now. I think, I think Miro alone still has a lot of gas. So
Yes.
let's run this for let's say a year for now. She can go model and do Twitch or something. But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Zemo says Darby versus MJF stole the show. One of the few Darby bouts where he actually wrestled. Agreed. That was one of his things that he said leading up to this. So I was glad he kept his word. He even didn't use a skateboard. Loved that match. Anything else you want to talk about on Full Gear?
what do you think of the finish to that match? Did that work for you?
I am, because it's old school heel stuff, and I think that's what MGF is supposed to represent, other than wanting to be shock jock internet newsworthy.
Even though the pin was technically not a pin because he held Darby's shoulders up.
That's true.
Did you notice when for the first quarter of the match, you could see the ring or you could see something poking out of MJF's tights? It's like
So the stream I watched, how the guy does it. So I watch it live, not live. I watched the whole thing, but he takes the entrance music out so he doesn't get hit, and he blurs the screen a little bit. So I don't know if like YouTube has a thing with catching visuals, but so it looked like I was watching in non-high def. So I think I missed it.
yeah, you could I could tell that he had something in his tights to hit because it's like this yellow thing sticking out that he eventually catches quarter way through, but. But if you can, go back and check out those entrances. Some of them are actually the Lucha Bros was really good.
Okay, I did catch the women's,
Yeah,
which is good. I'm not the biggest fan of Jericho's guitars, but that's fine.
yeah. Oh man. Otherwise, I think we got all the notes.
I think so. Yeah, the Hangman stuff was good. I liked him not kicking out of the One Winged Angel. I'm a big fan of that.
Of of Hangman not getting hit with it and kicking out.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, I give them props because coming into this match, I thought he should have. I thought if Kenny, if he doesn't kick out of it here, then no one in history should kick out of it because this is the storyline for me. But I like the caveat that Kenny is the only one who can kick out of it.
That's I like that. I like that old school stuff. It reminds me of old Andre the Giant stuff. Like no one can handle this move ever.
Right.
So
There is one thing actually I'd love to get your opinion on because Locke's not here, and I know he's gonna kill us for not talking about it. Eddie Kingston, CM Punk. How'd that work for you?
it worked. So that's enough. I didn't think. I thought this match was going to be completely different. I liked it, but I didn't mark out for it just because I don't know. I wasn't too big on the feud in the first place. You?
This came right before the street fight, right?
Yes.
All right. So at this point, I was already getting kind of tired. So I was doing a thing where I'd close my eyes and not realize I was asleep. So I'd blink and I keep missing a few minutes. But the start of the match was cool. The back fist just before the bell. Yeah, I like that Kingston brought. He kind of forced Punk to wrestle a different style than what we've been seeing. So
Yes.
I think this is his best match so far. Punk's best match.
I'll agree. It's probably the only one I'm going to remember.
Yeah.
Until he does another one that obviously is that good. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much everything that was on the card.
I think so. Yeah. Dissected Cody in that match for a good while. Talk about Hangman. Are you happy? Did that satisfy the storyline for you? Hangman winning that way?
It did. Very happy for him. They could have cut the pay-per-view stream right before the Dark Order showed up. I'm still not a fan of them, but I know you love that moment. I'm
I
sure you were
that
tears,
that did it
tissues
for
on the
me.
floor.
John Silver coming out and offering the beer, but he's like, I don't need beer. I've got friendship. It all worked for me. Now you people can have your Dark Order back. You can have Bray Wyatt show up and corrupt them. I don't care. I got my happy ending. So everything is hunky dory. I think I really like the Bucks just coming out there and just being like, all right, finish him. So I think that's what's going to lead to Adam Cole taking over.
Okay. Yeah, Zemo, really, Zach, even after that promo. Yes, even after that promo, because I know like behind the scenes stuff of it for ROH, it's making a big deal out of another incident in another company, which is fine. It's just like turned way too fucking high for me all the time. Someday, Zemo, someday I am gonna have a D's Nuts shirt on. I'm gonna talk loud. I'm gonna grab some shoes for Mox. He'll get me one of these days. He'll get me Zemo.
Yeah, it'll make you pop.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's about it. You got a fun tournament though, don't you?
Yes. So we are going to um, we are going to decide who was the MVP of Full Gear. However, because fortunately enough, there turned out to be 16 like participants, not including the buy-in. We're just gonna pretend that if you put them on the buy-in, that you don't value them as much. But let me see if I can get my screen to work.
While you're doing that, I just want to point out too, great job by the announce team last night. They work very well when they don't have to push AEW merch on me. They don't have to push picture in picture on me. They don't have to hype up who's coming out next during a match. Yeah, just there were almost, I don't think, any flaws in the commentary last night.
Nice. I know. I know. I heard a couple things. Jr. asked, like, a couple mistakes he makes here and there, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think commentary was on point. No Jericho because he was busy being a hero to all. But
ugh, he was on Rampage. God damn, man.
all right, so we got the screen up. Basically, I've taken everyone who was in a match. If they were on a tag team, if they were in a 6-man, they count as one entry. They were one side. That leaves us with 16 entries. We're going to decide who, singular or group-wise, did the most work. Who was the MVP?
Okay.
I tried my hardest to keep people who were in the same match away until at least round 2, but we'll see how it goes. First round. Andrade and Alistair versus Eddie Kingston. Who added more to this pay-per-view?
Eddie Kingston.
I agree.
Satisfied, Zemo?
He made it out of round 1. Yeah, I don't think it's Andrade and Alistair's fault. It's just they were given a poor deck. Inner Circle versus Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage.
Fan-wise, I think Inner Circle. Me-wise, the others.
Do you think this match with Inner Circle and the American Top Team does anything for, like, does it make AEW more popular?
I don't think it did. I honestly don't think it did.
Okay. How about? I'm going to vote for Jungle Boy and them, but just to play devil's advocate, maybe I'll convince myself. Does the fact that the Inner Circle wrestled another team that really only had 2 professional wrestlers on it do anything for you? Like, they had to work. Nah. Okay.
No.
But I agree with you. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Christian Cage. Just for me personally, I think they.
Yep.
I really like the moment where Christian Cage gave Jungle Boy the chair and told him to finish it.
That was for some reason I was just like, they had me. I'm like, don't fucking turn heel, Jungle Boy. You just wrestle the full match against these guys.
Right. Oh man. Whoa. What? I'm sorry. Chat. Zemo saying, I'm surprised JR did commentary after his cancer diagnosis. He needs to save his energy for his treatments? What?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago he got diagnosed.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Well, I'm wishing him the best. I hope he... Fuck, that sucks. I hope he's.
He released a statement today, so we'll check that out at some point in our personal lives. But I think he
Right.
needed to do this. He needs his mind off stuff. So I think it was kind of a good thing mentally for him to do commentary last night.
Yeah, that is the number one reason why when people were like, "Oh, Jr. needs to retire," he's said multiple times that he does this because he doesn't like to go home and be alone. His wife is passed, and this helps him mentally. So
I honestly think his home life will change after his weed business grows.
that's true.
Not that he's gonna be sitting there fucking getting high all the time, but like I think him creating something and watching it grow, it will be good for him, and I think he'll make his home life more. But that's damn, I did not know he said that about his home life.
Yeah,
That's sad.
I'm sure Matt Riddle will be around more, keeping company. So
You know what else, Jr.? If you put barbecue sauce on
next up, tough matchup: Darby Allin versus Miro. Who brought more?
oh fuck. I want to say Miro, but I do want to say Darby because he wrestled more and didn't rely on stunts. I gotta say Darby because that was my match of the night.
I'll agree, but I'll also give Miro and Brian credit that I was afraid that every single match after those first two, I was like, are they all gonna be like this fucking good? Because that's gonna wear me out. But Miro and Brian, they managed to have a great match that was perfectly paced. Like it was like a nice, a little. I don't want to say it was like a downer, but it wasn't balls to the wall. Didn't tire me out. It was a nice paced match.
Yeah.
Next up, CM Punk versus MJF.
I'll go same reasoning, MJF.
I agree. I think if you take MJF out of this pay per view, it doesn't. It loses a star, maybe half a star.
Yep. Zemo says it's close. He says Darby, but just a little bit.
I get that. Eddie Kingston versus Jungle Boy, Christian, and Luchasaurus. I'm going with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and Christian.
I think so too. I think the storytelling was good between Kingston and Punk, but again, there was slowness to the match and not that much wrestling.
Right. Which I get. That's what they were going for. So I'm not gonna take a point off for that. But I get what you mean.
Right.
I think I think that trios match might be my second favorite match of the night. Maybe the AEW World Championship, but
It's fun.
it was fun. Luchasaurus was doing a shooting star press. Poor Marco couldn't be a part of the fun, but
Where is he?
I think he still wrestles on Dark. I
Okay.
every now and then when I check on Dynamite, they have like the little lower third. It says Marco Stunt defeated this person. So
Just feel like he's like sitting at a bus stop somewhere waiting.
he just found out Full Gear was yesterday.
Oh man.
Next up, in the match against each other, who brought more to the table? Darby versus MJF.
I will say MJF because MJF made Darby look better in certain like the coffin drop. That's more on the person taking it, unless you're doing like Darby going exactly into that makeshift coffin for that coffin match. That was total Darby. But I think moves like that, it's your partner that makes the sale.
Agreed. Everything played out perfectly. The finish, his selling his knee at first, like for the first 10 seconds, I was like, is that real? Is that fake? And he brought out some moves I didn't know he could do.
Yeah.
He's very athletic, so I'll agree. MJF is MJF and or Darby's best match so far in AEW.
I think it's MJF's for sure. And Darby, it just depends on what you want out of Darby.
Right. To get to the finals, MJF or the Luchasaurus Jungle Boy Christian Cage trio.
I think MJF again. Yeah, I again match of the night, and again he's doing it by himself. There were alternate spots when you do multi-man matches. All right, now Christian's down over here for about 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, now this person's down, so I think MJF, he had to go longer.
I'll agree. I completely agree. Because I think if you take either one of these matches out, the show definitely goes down a grade. But I think MJF hits harder.
Yeah. And just so Zemo can yell at me some more, Eddie just wanted a fight, and he gave Punk a fight. All right, I agree. He didn't waste time with flips and spamming super kicks. I don't think he can do either one of those. That's why.
If he did, oh boy, I'd mark out for that.
If he ever does a flip, Zemo, I will. I don't know. I'll do like the one chip challenge or something just for you.
Oh boy. Well, Zemo, this one might make you happy because we got Lucha Bros versus the Super Click, Matt, Nick, and Adam Cole. Who contributed more to the night?
I want to say Lucha Bros just because I'm just in awe every time I watch them, but I'm remembering more of the Click spots.
Right.
Who do you say?
I am leaning towards the Click because I think they did more to help push Jungle Boy, and people are still really hyped for like another Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy.
Yes.
Lucha Bros and FTR was an amazing match. That was fantastic. That was just that every tag team should watch that match back.
Yep.
But I think if you take the Click out of this show, it does suffer.
I agree too, and I guess also to the extent if you put anyone else against Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Christian, I don't think they would have looked as good.
That's true. Because I don't remember any of their other like big tag feuds.
Right.
Yeah, it's a close one, but I agree. I think the Click wins this one.
Yeah.
I'll say this, Zemo. Going into this, I did think Lucha Bros were going to win that one, but yeah. FTR versus Hangman Adam Page.
Hangman.
Yeah, agreed. If it doesn't work, then the whole pay-per-view flops.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes and Pac.
Kenny Omega.
Yep. Again.
Cody could have left home what the fuck he brought. It's like when you go to a party after you make fish in the house. And people, what the fuck is this motherfucker come to the party for? Smelling like fish.
I'd love to know what the other three think about that match. Like, would you? Are they mad that they had to be saddled with Cody, or are they just like, well, that was the breaks? It sucks. I want to like Cody. I still want him to be one of my favorites, but
right.
Bryan Danielson versus American Top Team.
Bryan Danielson.
I think JR made that same mistake. When he makes a mistake on commentary, he forced he's like, I know what I said, damn it, take me to the woodshed. Like he brings it out. And Tony's like, I know, buddy, I know what you meant. Oh man, Hangman Adam Page versus the Super Click.
Hangman.
Yep. Did the match itself live up to expectations for you? Hangman versus Kenny. Like, was this worth all the build up?
Yes, it was, and I think the difference maker is his kid. There's this weird spark in him now that I really see differentiates this Hangman versus the one that we would have had. He does need work on his promo still, so I'm interested to see how he handles having the championship and cutting promos. But I think his kid gave him that big boost that he needed.
Nice. It was worth it. Kenny versus Bryan Danielson.
Gotta say Kenny.
I will agree. I completely agree. And now to get into the finals. Hangman versus Kenny. Who brought more, the challenger or the champion?
The challenger, because he has that all eyes on me kind of like this is my big moment thing in the back of his mind, where Kenny is so smooth in the ring. doing a big, huge main event like this is old hat.
I agree. I don't know the last time a baby. I guess Daniel Bryan. Last time babyface was cheered this hard on the road to being a champion. Oh, Kofi.
Yep.
Duh. But
Yeah.
all right. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. Who was the MVP of Full Gear last night?
Hangman.
Hangman.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this match with Darby convinces me that I want to see MJF fight for the title at some point in this reign. But I'll agree. Hangman was the bow tie of the night. It was all for him.
Yeah. Did a really great job. Yeah. Like you said, if that match didn't work, then the whole pay-per-view's a bust.
Right. But props to MJF. I did not go into this thinking that he was going to be the second best person on the card, but Daniel Bryan, Kenny Omega, FTR, Lucha Bros, all this talent.
Yep. It was a very nice surprise. I was very happy with that match again. Match of the night in our eyes. And yeah, Adam Page, he is a real champion, unlike Mr. Self-Proclaimed Best Bout Machine, Zemo.
Technically, he's not self-proclaimed. He won the Best Bout Machine title like 3 years in a row in Japan.
Oh, man. Yeah, great job. That was a nice tournament. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to dissect a pay-per-view.
Yeah, thank you. Next, just to hype people up for next week, I think if we're back at full force, we should have another round of fantasy pro wrestling on the books. And if we have time, we'll do one about commentators today, current day, the tournament. So come back next week.
Riccaboni to the moon. All right, well, that is it. We are going to get into promo school right now. So it is time. Again, the champ who skated by another pay-per-view. The title defense.
Actually, you know what? I looked over my legal team, and the reason why you and Knock failed to even compete for the championship because under Section 37B of the contract signed by both you and Knocked, herein it says, and you can look this up yourself on this photocopic printer I have here. It states that he who undersigns. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I tried to memorize the Willy Wonka monologue, and this damn cold is kicking my ass. I forgot everything about the monologue. One day I'll do it perfectly because Kofi Kingston can do it, but one day I'll do it.
Yeah, that's good. Trying to do a promo on a day you didn't want to do a promo. That's why you're the champ.
What have you got in store?
So for promo school, so we could take it easy today. We're gonna do some one-word association. So we'll just go back and forth. We'll say someone's name, and you say one word that comes to mind about their promos. Hit us up in the chat too if you have something about someone. Say what you thought of that person, and do the one word that comes to mind when you think of their promos. So I'll go, then Eric will go, and then we'll just go until we'll just do a little bit here. Charlotte Flair.
Confident.
And then you can.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to say someone now.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I did kind of blank out there. Sorry. Eddie Kingston.
Loud.
Okay.
Hit me up, Zemo. Jungle Boy.
Potential is high potential. Jay Lethal.
Gold.
Nice.
Tony Khan. I'm just saying this, every time he speaks, it's a promo. He has this weird character that he tries to play.
So that's what sucks about it. Is like he has that character, but he's actively trying not to be a character while also being a character. Like, because like when he started, he's like, "I'm not gonna be a character, guys," and then he got wrapped into the fun of it. And he's like, "Well, now I am." I'm gonna say unprepared. I don't think it's
Okay.
nerves. I think he's just very bad at knowing what to say.
Right. And Zemo says, "Do not care for that." I like your other responses too, Zemo. Thank you.
Um, Roman Reigns.
Long.
That's gonna piss me off. That's gonna piss me off when we see it live. That entrance, his methodical way of speaking. It's gonna. I'm gonna be so annoyed.
He's just still really good. It's just like, fuck, let's go, man. If anyone too can think of some chance for us to start at SmackDown on December 10th, let us know. Have you watched that much 2.0?
Not enough. Not really.
Okay, I'll skip it then.
Was it Tony D'Angelo?
No, no, it was the fucking Steiner guy. I forgot his name already. His new name.
I how is he? Because I know that I saw a rumor that they wanted to bring his dad in, for the Chucky thing, but they said nah last second.
Yeah, I like him. He's probably the only thing I really like on there. Do you remember that guy, Von Wagner, who you said looked kind of like Cro-Magnish?
Mm-hmm.
He appeared on SmackDown. So he might have just magically gotten called up. He was doing a tag team like startup with Cool Kyle O'Reilly, so that might be an indication that Cool Kyle is out the door. Von Wagner just randomly got called up.
But he's not. I don't think he's ready. I mean, not that he's bad or green,
No,
but like
he's still like bright light scare me. So Asuka.
Oh god, there's so many words you could use. Fun, energetic, amazing. Yeah, she's awesome. Let's see. King Woods.
Regal.
Okay. Has he?
Go ahead.
Has he's won this for so long? Is he doing a good job? Is he doing it justice as King of the Ring?
I mean, he's main eventing SmackDown 2 weekends in a row.
That's true.
I think he's good with it. You can't do the other way with it because Zelina's doing it. So I think he's doing a very good way with it, and especially Kofi twisting his mustache.
That's awesome.
Britt Baker.
Underutilized. She herself with the very little she's given gives like 3.5-star promos, but if they just gave her more, those exact same promos would be 5 stars every week.
I fully agree. All right, why don't you hit me up with one more, and then that is a wrap.
Danhausen.
Fucking smiling and looking off into the fuck. Okay, awesome. I like it. This is awesome.
Are you? Cause he's when his leg is healed up, he's gonna get signed. He's definitely going to AEW. Are you gonna be hyped for that? Do you think he'll add to the show?
It depends because AEW doesn't know comedy, in my opinion. So we'll see. If they let him be Danhausen, he'll be fine.
I dig that. Nice.
Cool. Well, thanks for playing. Thank you, Zemo, for playing. Everyone else who wants to leave a comment, really do appreciate that. That's the episode. That's episode 83. So, yeah, we really appreciate you guys having us. And also leave comments. Let us know in the chats what you think of Full Gear and anything else that you want to see us cover in future episodes. Eric, any last words?
Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I think we might be at 600 unless somebody unsubscribed and we're at 599. But shout out to Destiny Wag. Sorry if I mispronounced you. Thank you for subscribing. Your name is on the board somewhere. Be sure to subscribe so you guys can check out Zach's Rampage streams on Friday. We will try our hardest to have videos out for you guys, but our scheduling is butt kiss. But thank you guys for supporting us.
Yes, and please subscribe. We are one away from 600. Get us over that hump.
Please do.
So that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, hit subscribe, hit those bell icons. There are going to be some Rampages where I'm not going to be able to do them, so you'll know getting the notification. And it's a live, fun, full stream that involves you and the chats. So definitely check us out Friday nights live, and sometimes the champ joins as well. That is it. That is episode. This is the week. Have fun with wrestling this week. Hit us up on all the social media accounts. Let's continue conversations throughout the week. And yeah, wrestling, baby.
Indeed. And do you have any idea where they could find us?
They can find us in our lowriders. Viva la raza, baby. We are celebrating Eddie Guerrero all week long. That's the episode. Zemo, see your chat. I'll hit you up. And be excellent to each other, folks. We're out.
We are out. Actually, real quick, have we not done a babyface tier list?
Maybe we haven't.
Okay. Well, Zemo, you might get your wish. Hopefully this week. We'll see.
Cliffhanger ending to the episode.
Do, 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 do.